and this is my testimonial for my experience with ADHD degree. Before my assessment, I was a bit nervous. I previously brought up ADHD assessment with my GP and was kind of shot down pretty quickly. So I was a bit worried going private that I was kind of leaning into a diagnosis that maybe didn't actually fit me, but that I wanted to fit, to kind of help explain away a whole series of potential symptoms I didn't really know how to handle. Getting ready for my assessment, I found the forms online really easy and straightforward to fill out. There were some personal questions, but none that felt too overwhelming to answer or like it would be too much of a brain deep dive to be able to leave a concise answer and move on to the next part of the questionnaire. On the day of my assessment, I was a bit nervous, just because I think it's always a bit nerve-wracking to know you're going to kind of sit and pick apart how your brain works with someone for a couple of hours. But being able to have it at home was really, really nice. Having control of my environment and knowing that as soon as it was done, I could decompress immediately without having to travel anywhere was really, really, really helpful. The team were really, really friendly and professional. Darren is lovely and made it a very easy experience and was very easy to speak to during the assessment. I didn't realize how long the assessment was until it was over, and it didn't feel exhausting or overwhelming while it was going on, even though there is sort of a set structure to it in terms of what questions are asked and when. It didn't feel impersonal, and it felt like there were really nice natural moments of just conversation that helped to explain what a question was looking for in an answer, and also where there were things in my life that I kind of considered normal because I'm used to them, but actually with a bit of further exploration and professional help could potentially be symptoms of something else that isn't just anxiety or just depression. It all was really, really straightforward, and having this session has made me think more and more about what things come up in my life that I struggle with and immediately blame myself for struggling with, that actually could be a symptom of something else. It is nice to have a fresh pair of eyes and a doctor I've not explored my brain with before help to piece some things together and also give really honest input in places where a diagnosis might fit and where it might not, but all leading to a place where I feel like I can put together a nice plan with this team and get the support that I need. All of the questions I had were answered extremely quickly, and I would say to someone who's not quite sure about booking, I would do it. I think if you're wondering about it and you're willing to have an open mind when you have your assessment, it's really, really worth it to have another pair of eyes look at your brain, especially if you have a general practitioner who's not keen on you being assessed because it doesn't meet their criteria of who needs assessment. I know when I brought it up with my GP, I was basically told that as a young professional, unless my symptoms were ruining my life, I would not get on the wait list. And I don't really think that's acceptable. So I think if you're not sure, but it's something you've been questioning, it's really worth the investment. It makes a big difference to know that someone who does this day in and day out is going to be reviewing your case, and not someone in general practice who has a whole range of different things they need to see you every day and only kind of 10 to 15 minutes to give to the questions that you have about yourself and how your brain works. So all in all, a really, really good experience. I love that it's all done remotely. It's so nice, especially as someone who struggles with time management, to know that I just need to be in my flat to have the assessment and any follow-up appointments, and don't need to go to a location to kind of try to be there as close to on time as possible. Really, really great. The setup is really lovely. It all feels really natural and helpful, and I strongly recommend it.